Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is floor. F-L-O-O-R.
Oh, Fenneman can spell. Really?
You bet your life. The DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, a comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here he is, the one, the only...
Groucho! Never thought he'd make it. Oh, that's me, Groucho Marx. Thank you. Well, here I am again with $2,000 for one of our couples. George Fenneman, who's first to try for it?
Just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected a clubwoman, Marie Clark Miller. Her partners from the Los Angeles Philharmonic Auditorium, Mr. Jock Mountain. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
Well, welcome for the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers. And if you say the secret word, you'll split $100 in cash. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. Jock Mountain, is that right? What kind of a name is that?
French, a little Irish on this side.
Which side is the Irish? They'll take either side, I guess. Huh? What sort of work do you do, Jock?
Stage manager at the Philharmonic Auditorium.
Oh. Well, what are your duties as a stage manager?
I do all kinds of stuff back there.
Oh, you rascal, you. Specifically, what do you do backstage?
Take care of all the men, see that they're at the jobs and the show is put on time.
Uh-huh. And Miss Marie Clark Miller, huh? You're a club woman, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Did you bring your club with you? What clubs do you belong to, Mrs. Miller?
Oh, I belong to the Silver Bowl and the Glendale Art Association.
Mm.
It isn't really a club, it's an organization.
I see. Well, what is the difference between a club and an organization?
Well, a club is more of a local affair, while an organization is a group that can expand nationally or even internationally.
You mean they're spread all over the world?
Mm-hmm.
I used to belong to a club. After a big night, the members were spread all over the street, but You say the Silver Bow is an international organization?
Well, not at present. It's a national group now.
Oh, I see. And how many chapters do you have?
Oh, we have 3 chapters.
3 chapters?
One in Los Angeles.
The book out about the Marx Brothers has 28 chapters. And it's on sale all over the United States at all the bookstores. Where are the 3 chapters? New York, Chicago, and L.A.?
Well, no, the 3 of them are rather in the Los Angeles area. Los Angeles and Inglewood and East Los Angeles.
Well, that's pretty national, I think. I understand East Los Angeles has now stuck its nose into Lake Michigan. And took a whiff of that water and took its nose right out again. Where did you get a name like a Silver Bow?
Oh, from a poem that one of the members wrote.
Do you remember the poem?
Well, not exactly, but I always carry a copy of it with me.
Would you mind giving us a couple of stanzas or so?
I'd like to. And it isn't funny.
I didn't expect it to be funny. Don't forget, I've read Keats and Shelley. That's known as a Freudian slip.
All right.
Which I haven't worn in years, by the way.
The silver bough of bud and flower, leaf and fruit, I bring you now. O immortality is token of the selfless root, which is to be.
I think that's rather beautiful, Mrs. Miller. Now, there's one thing I'd like to ask you. What does it mean?
poem...
You're going to have to.
A poem, no doubt, means something to every person. Every person will read a different meaning into it. The things that are mentioned in a poem are perhaps only symbolical of the entire life scope and really tells us of eternal, the things that live on forever.
What you're actually implying is that I'm dead. Is that it?
Very much alive.
Well, Jock, let's go back. Did you like the poem, Jock?
Very nice, wasn't it?
You liked it, eh? How do you get to be a stage manager, Jock?
Well, you just fool around out in front selling books and...
You fool around front and back. It doesn't make any sense. You'll just fool around any place, won't you? Jock, what is playing at the Philharmonic now?
South Pacific.
South Pacific? Never heard of it.
What?
Does it look like it'll be a success?
What do you think of a vehicle running for 2 years to capacity? Do you think that's successful?
I don't know. The Sunset Bus has been running that long, and that... Has the Silver Bow sprouted any more branches since I talked to you?
Well, I hardly think so.
You haven't...
It's a very new organization, you see. Just recently, within the last year or so, organized, and so it hasn't had time to sprout yet.
You're planning on shedding these poems all over America.
Yes.
What are the requirements for membership in your club?
Well, an interest and talent.
And what are the dues?
Oh, the dues? $2 a year.
Can you pay it off in installments? I mean... Now, what could I do if, suppose I were a member of this organization?
Oh, a talented man like you could give a great many contributions to our group.
I went right along with you, Mrs. Miller, until I heard the word contribution. So at this point, I resign, and I want my $2 back. Marie, I want to thank you for being with us tonight. I've kidded you, but I'm very sincere in saying that the American club woman is a very important part of American life. Now, let's get away from the arts and get around to something as sordid as $2,000. Now, in just 1 minute, you're going to play You Bet Your Life.
The desire of every DeSoto Plymouth dealer to please you in every way he can applies not only when you take your car there for service, it also holds good when he sells you a new car, a DeSoto or a Plymouth. The brilliant new DeSoto is truly a beautiful car, with graceful new lines that sweep back smartly from a brand new full-width front grille to its smart-looking, newly designed rear end. The new DeSoto offers you the last word in driving comfort and ease, and DeSoto lets you drive without shifting. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth, the American beauty, the car that's packed with value and ready to prove it.
Let's see if you two will get a chance at the $2,000. Fenneman, tell them the rules.
Each of our 3 couples has $20. They bet as much of that 20 as they want on each of 4 questions. The couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the $2,000 DeSoto Plymouth question at the end of the show. Our other 2 couples are in a waiting room off stage, so they don't know what's happening out here.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected famous men named John as your category. Here's your first question. How much of the 20 will you try?
5.
Oh, 10. Let's try 10.
All right, 10?
Yes.
Sold.
Let's try 10.
Now, what was the name of the John who was known as the March King of America?
John Philip Sousa.
John Philip Sousa is right.
And they're on the march with $30.
All right, you're on the march with $30, says Fenneman. Remember, you're going for $2,000 tonight. Now, how much of the 30 will you risk?
What do you want to go for, all of it?
Oh, not yet.
20?
15, 20.
15, is that all right with you, Joe?
All right.
Okay, 15. What was the name of the commander-in-chief of the AEF in World War I?
John Joseph Pushing.
Pushing is right.
They're climbing. They have $45.
All right, you got $45, and here's your third question. How much of the 45 will you bet?
20.
20. What was the name of the John who owned the mill race where gold was discovered in California?
John Sutter.
John Sutter is right.
Now they have $65.
All right, you have $65. How much will you bet?
25.
$25. What was the name of the playwright and actor who composed Home Sweet Home?
John Payne.
John Payne is right.
And they wind up with $90.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Now, don't go away. You may get a chance at the big question.
Groucho, the secret word is still floor.
Still floor. What a strange word, still floor, huh?
Perhaps our next couple will say it. We looked for people with unusual occupations tonight, and just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Mr. Clarence Cronkite. His partner is a housewife, Mrs. Martha Jones, and here they are. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life, kids, and if you say the secret word, you'll divide $100. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. Mr. Clarence Cronkite, huh? Where are you from, Mr. Cronkite?
I was born in Sacramento, California. I'm a native son.
Oh, part of the lobby up there?
Too many years ago.
And Mrs. Jones, you're a housewife?
Yes, I'm a housewife.
Where are you from?
Clinton, Iowa.
Clinton, I used to have a girl in Clinton.
You did? It wasn't Lillian Russell, was it?
It could have been. It could have been.
She was born in Clinton.
It could have been Barbara Fritchie. As long as you're going to insult me.
I didn't mean to. She's a lovely girl.
Yes, she was. She was a great kid, and we had wonderful times together. Dropping that flag off the balcony when the soldiers... You're married, huh?
Yes, I'm a housewife.
Still a housewife, huh?
That's right.
No ambitions, eh? Just want to be a housewife? Don't you ever secretly dream about being a great lady lawyer or something? Come clean now. What's your secret ambition?
Well, I did want to be a writer. I always thought when I was in my teens I would be, but...
You're tired of being a housewife, in other words, eh?
Well...
When you get home tonight, tell your husband you quit, huh? Give him a week's notice. How much salary do you get, Martha?
Well, I don't get any salary.
Does he know he's violating the Taft-Hartley law? How did you meet this miser? That's a fellow catches mice.
Well, it was back in the horse and buggy days, and...
He was a horse? And you were a little buggy.
My folks lived on a small acreage at the edge of town, and they raised chickens, and my brother used to drive to town with the eggs on Saturday, but one Saturday he couldn't go, and I undertook to go, and so they put the case of eggs in the back of the buggy, and I had a basket of eggs on the seat beside me, and everything went fine till I got almost into town, and then the horse ran away. And I couldn't stop him. He was determined he was going to run. And when he
got... you smell the egg.
When he got in front of a pool hall, he ran up on the sidewalk, and one wheel went up on the sidewalk and one off the sidewalk and stopped the buggy with a jolt. And I fell out and the eggs on top of me. And several fellows came out of the pool hall and helped me out and got everything straightened out. And then one especially nice-looking young fellow offered to take me home. And he was the one I later married.
I see. And who was ahead in the pool game? What does he do now, Mrs. Jones?
He's a fix-it man, repair man.
Oh, he repairs? He repairs different things? And what sort of work do you do, Mr. Cronkite?
Oh, devise fireworks displays, design them, and supervise the erection and the firing of them.
Mm-hmm. Does your wife ever shoot off her mouth?
No.
Anything embarrassing ever happened to you, Clarence, that you could tell us about?
Well, probably the most embarrassing was putting on a fireworks show off of a barge one time when the barge broke loose and floated down the river. Finally, a tug caught up with them and pulled them back. That was about as embarrassing as it could be in our business. to be firing the show a half a mile or more away from where the audience was.
Maybe the tug had stage fright, huh? Now, Mr. Cronkite, pretend that Mrs. Jones, his husband, wanted to amuse her on the 4th of July, and he only wants to spend $10. Now, what should he buy?
Oh, some sparklers and fountains and flower pots and colored fire.
And how long will this keep Mrs. Jones amused?
About 3 minutes.
Wouldn't it be safer and saner and quicker if he just set fire to a $10 bill and let it go? Now, let's see how you'll do in the battle for the $2,000. You've got to work together as a team and run your $20 into more than the other couples. I can't tell you how much they won, but Fenneman's off stage to remind our listeners.
The stage manager and the club woman earned $90.
Here we go. Let's see how high you can build your $20. You selected famous ships as your category. Now, how much of the $20 will you try in your first question?
$10.
$10. What was the name of the ironclad gunboat that fought the Merrimack during the Civil War?
Monitor.
The Monitor is correct.
And they're on their way with $30.
Remember, you're going for $2,000 tonight. How much of the 30 will you try?
20.
20. What was the name of the luxurious French liner that capsized and burned in New York Harbor?
Normandy.
Normandy is right.
Now they have $50.
Now you have $50, and here's your third question. How much you going to bet?
40.
40. What was the name of the ship that was blown up in Havana Harbor? It was one of the causes of the Spanish-American War.
Maine.
The battleship Maine is correct.
They're really climbing. They have $90.
What was the name? How much are you going to bet? Talk it up.
All or nothing.
All or nothing, eh? Well, that's a real fireworks man. He's going to shoot the works, eh? What was the name of the superliner that collided with an iceberg on her maiden voyage?
Titanic.
The Titanic is correct.
And they wind up at a grand total of $180.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Now, we'll soon know who gets the chance at the $2,000 question.
Friends, throughout the coming summer, I hope you'll drive in to see a DeSoto Plymouth dealer. You may be going on a vacation. Let's say to the mountains or the shore.
Or up the river for a stretch.
But wherever you go, wherever you drive, you'll see the sign of a DeSoto Plymouth dealer that says to you, come on in and experience our fair and square car service that's performed by expert mechanics at a fair price.
That Fenneman is the loudest mouth sign I've ever heard.
Yes, there are skilled mechanics awaiting you at a DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Let them check your car, so that on that vacation of yours, you can get the most out of your car.
On my vacation, I try to get the most in my car. All right, Fenneman, who's ahead in the battle for the $2,000?
Well, the housewife and the fireworks man are ahead with $180. And the secret word is still floor. We asked for young, unmarried people tonight, and just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Miss Christine Strain and Mr. Ted Reinhardt. And here they are. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. And if you say the secret word, you'll divide $100 between you. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. Christine Strain, eh? Very cute outfit you got on, Christine.
Thank you.
Where are you from, Christine? That's a lovely name, Christine.
Why, thank you. I'm from Belfast, Ireland.
Oh, are you? Were you born there, or
Yes, I was born there.
Oh. Ted Reinhardt is your name?
Yes, sir.
Where are you from, Theodore?
El Segundo.
How far is that from here, El Segundo? Eh? Sounds like a girl's name, El Segundo. Eh? What do you do for a living, Ted?
I'm a lifeguard.
What flavor? You mean a lifesaver, eh? Is that what you mean? You got a hole in your head?
No, I work next to water down at Ocean Park.
You work next to the water? Well, that's pretty handy if you're going to be a lifeguard, I think. That's at Santa Monica?
No, that's at Ocean Park.
Oh. Pretend the water's over my head and I'm down for the third time. Now, exactly how do you go about effecting my rescue?
Well, the first thing I'd do is we'd be sitting in the tower. I'd kick off the phone, which immediately would notify the main station, which is at Venice, that I am going in the water.
You're going in the water? Well, that's mighty nice of you, Ted. So I'm out there drowning. Now you're phoning the other station. That you're about to embark into the water.
No, I didn't. I don't phone. I just kick it off. And then it immediately notifies the main station, and then they send the boat out.
Or the garbage boat, I suppose.
No.
You say you do all that just because the water's over my head and I'm going down for the third time?
Yes.
Well, it seems pretty silly, doesn't it? Because it happens I'm taking a shower and I'm going down the third time for the soap. And what sort of work do you do, Christine?
I teach school.
Oh. You spend all your spare time at the beach in the summer kind of looking them over?
Well, no, I spend most of my spare time at the Women Marines Organized Reserve.
Oh, you're reserved for a Marine?
I am a Marine.
Ted, Uncle Sam needs you. What do you mean, organized Marines? What does that mean?
Well, we have a regular reserve unit, just as the other armed forces do. Meet once a week and drill, have parades, lectures, and so on.
Poems? Now, besides drilling with the Marines, what do you do in the reserves, Christine?
Well, I'm interested in sharpshooting.
Shark shooting?
Sharp shooting.
Oh, sharp shooting. Are you a good shooter, Christine?
Well, our team participated in a national small bore championship this year.
The small bore championship?
Yes.
What do? Go around to parties and look for the smallest bore you can find and then shoot them? What about shooting the biggest ball first? How did your team make out in the national championships?
Well, we placed 6th.
Well, for a national championship, that isn't bad. How many teams were there?
6.
Well, congratulations for surviving to the end. Would you like to pay $2 and join a club where they read poetry? Well, I've kidded you both tonight, but I want you to know I'm very happy you're both around here. You never can tell when we'll need a Marine or a lifeguard. Now, let's see how well you work together. You run your $20 into more than the other couples, and you'll get a chance at the $2,000 DeSoto Plymouth question. Fenneman's off stage to remind our listeners who's leading so far.
The fireworks man and the housewife are ahead with $180.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected famous battles of American history. Here's your first question. How much will you bet?
$10.
$10. Is that all right with you, Teach? During what war was the Battle of San Juan Hill fought?
Spanish-American.
Spanish-American War is right.
We're on their way with $30, Groucho.
They're practically married already. You're on your way. You've got $30. Remember, you're going for $2,000 tonight. Now, how much of the 30 will you risk?
25.
During what war was the Battle of Belleau Wood?
World War I.
World War I is right.
They're climbing. They have $55.
Say, you're nobody's dope, Christine. Now you got $55. How much you going to try? $50. During what war was the Battle of Tarawa fought?
World War II.
World War II.
They're really climbing. They have $105.
Well, you've got 105 smackers, and here's your last chance to beat the other couples. And how much are you going to shoot for?
You can do it.
Okay.
You can do it.
Okay, what is it?
Let's make it 100.
Is this the last one?
Sure.
This is the last one.
Let's
The
go
worst.
ahead.
Okay.
Remember when women were the weaker sex? Huh? During what war was the Battle of Bull Run fought?
Civil War.
Civil War is right.
And they wind up with a grand total of $210. And that means the lifeguard and the girl Marine with their $210 get the chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $2,000 question. If signs could talk, then the sign of a DeSoto Plymouth dealer would say, welcome inside for the very best in service. No matter what make of car you own or what year it is, a DeSoto Plymouth dealer is ready to give it the attention it needs. Factory-trained mechanics and factory-approved tools and equipment assure you of an expert job every time. And service at a DeSoto Plymouth dealers means courteous service. Service with a smile to old and new customers alike. So next time you see that familiar sign of a DeSoto Plymouth dealer, remember it's a cordial invitation to you. What that sign stands for is welcome inside for the very best in service. And here's the Lifeguard and the girl Marine, the winning couple, all ready for the DeSoto Plymouth $2,000 question, Groucho.
Here we go for $2,000. Ready? I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you, so think carefully. And please, no help from the audience. Here it is. The Liberator is the name given to the great South American patriot who freed his own country, Venezuela, as well as several others of Spanish rule. Who was this South American hero known as the Liberator? All right, kids, what's the answer you two have decided upon?
Bolivar?
Simon Bolivar is right. Well, you had the right answer, so you win $2,000. What are you going to do with all that money? Get a phone that works, will you, in case I'm drowning out
I want to finish paying off my dad's house.
there? Oh, well, that's wonderful. Dad, all I can say to you is while I'm kicking the bucket, don't you be kicking the phone. That's Well, let's see. You win $2,000 plus $210 in the quiz. You really cleaned up tonight. Congratulations from the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast. You bet your life.
You Bet Your Life, transcribed from Hollywood, is presented by the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth. Two great cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation.
Well, folks, we're going off for the summer. Not that I haven't been off all winter, too. Fenneman, tell them about next week.
The DeSoto Plymouth dealers will bring you Groucho and You Bet Your Life next fall. But next week, and every week during the summer months, same time, same stations, the DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America will bring you the hilarious comedy program, It Pays to Be Ignorant, starring Tom Howard.
I don't know why they're replacing me. I could be just as ignorant as he could. Well, since this is our last show of the season, my partner and producer, John Goodell, and I would like to thank the staff of You Bet Your Life, my two directors, Robert Dwan and Bernie Smith, good old George Fenneman, Jerry Fielding and his Unstrung Symphony, Hi Friedman, Ed Tyler, Ed Mills, Dorothy and Carol Nye, Pat Walsh, Ralph Cummings, Molly Slobe, and all the others whose names I'll think of while I'm paddling a leaky canoe this summer in Lake Arrowhead. And, of course, I want to thank all you listeners who have been so faithful to this show. We'll be back again in September, and until then, remember, just be sure to see your DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Folks, here's a tip from the National Safety Council. You haven't got full control of your car unless you have both hands on the steering wheel. This is George Fenneman signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast.